Hey guys, coming in this morning, coming in from Cancun. Kick-ass spot here at the Selena in Cancun. And sitting underneath this palapa is what they call them. Thinking about stuff. So essentially the idea I have is are you ready for what's coming next? And if you're not ready, then you'll find that you'll actually probably sabotage any sort of happiness or success you're going to have. So to illustrate this point, I have a story about a dude I met yesterday. So yesterday I was walking down the road. A gentleman ran up behind me. He was like kind of yelling, "Sir, sir, sir." I turned around, started talking to him. Come to find out that he had lost his passport, and it sounded like maybe his wallet as well. He was a dude from Chicago. He'd been walking around for like 2 hours trying to find somebody to help him out. And I was sitting there, I started talking to the hotel staff with him. It was just this random hotel. He was trying to see if he could find somebody to give him a ride to Mexico City, because that's where all his stuff is at. And I'm talking to the hotel staff. He's trying to figure out like a free ride up there. And then I'm talking to him about this and that, and he's like, "Oh, I actually just lost my debit card. And you know, if you have some form of identification," Wells Fargo was able to ship down my debit card in like 48 hours, which is pretty nice. And I kept coming up with these ideas. The last of which was, hey, okay, I'll walk down to the bus terminal with you and we'll talk to them and see if we could figure out some way where I could just buy you tickets and then you don't have to show identification. And like, we're looking on the map and he's like, "Oh yeah, could you just run down to the bus terminal and just check and see if you can buy the tickets? And if you can, then you come back and let me know and then we'll walk there together." And I was like, dude, it's gonna take like 45 minutes or an hour to do that. And I'm not gonna go all the way down that bus station to walk back. But if you wanna walk with me, like, I'm happy to buy you the tickets. And he kind of sits there and he thinks about it a little bit. And he's like, "Man, it's really hot. And you know, it's like, I do gotta get back to my family. And I only have one ride back to like all the way across town to where they're at." And maybe he was running a scam, you know? Or maybe, and what I think is more realistic, is he wasn't ready to act for actually the help that I was willing to offer him. And he wanted to sit in this kind of pity and like feeling sorry for himself, which a lot of people do. And I'm not trying to beat this guy up specifically. I've done it as well. And I found sometimes if I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to find something to make me happier. You can start kind of getting addicted to those negative emotions. Anecdotally, there is a study I've heard about with like mice where they can like activate the parts of their brain that revolve around like I think maybe like it was either rage or anger. Maybe there's that big of a difference. And the rats actually chose that, I believe, over food in some cases. Like because it's a good feeling to be like angry and indignant. And so something to think about, like, are you ready for the life that you claim you want to live? Or are you going to keep finding excuses to not make it happen? Or are you almost complacent in your anger at what's going on in the world around you? You know, and people who are holding you back, or society is holding you back, or what have you. Just a thought of mine. Obviously coming from a white man from America. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. All right, stay sexy.